All right. Now we're doing freeCodeCamp, JavaScript algorithms and data structures, object-oriented programming, understand own properties. So in the following example, the bird constructor defines two properties, name and numLegs, as we can see right here, right? So if we say let duck equal new bird Donald, it's going to put Donald in the new name as the new name. And then it's also going to have the numLegs as 2 for the object. And then for canary, it'll do Tweety instead of Donald, and same thing, right? So name and numLegs are called own properties because they are defined directly on the instance object. That means that duck and canary each has its own separate copy of these properties. In fact, every instance of bird will have its own copy of these properties, all right? The following code adds all of the own properties of duck to the array own props, all right? So we'll do something like this, let own props equal an empty array, and then we're gonna have the for in loop. And so we'll say for let property in duck so that we can iterate through the object. And then we'll say if duck.has own property, we're going to say own props dot push property. Now here's the thing, okay? I had to ask ChatGPT on this because in my mind, clearly it's going to be a property of duck because, you know, it's obviously it's in there. So why do we got to do this if statement? Well, the thing is, all right, if there's like some changes down the line, like if they add stuff to it by prototype or whatever, and we don't want, and it's like an added property or something like that. I don't know the specifics they told us, but doing this is the best practice so that like if the code gets bigger and bigger and bigger and stuff happens, this will make problems not appear. Make the problems not appear. We hopefully will go through exactly why later, but whatever. As far as we know now, let's just do this for best practice, right? So basically when we do this, it's going to have the value when we do a console.log own props right here, it's going to have the value name and numLegs inside of it. So the name of both the properties, like the properties themselves. All right. So now we're going to do now we're going to add the own properties of canary to the array own props. All right. So let's come down here and we'll do pretty much the same thing. We've already got the own props made right here, like this. So we're just going to do this for in loop with the if statement. So we'll say for let property in canary, and then we'll come over here and we'll say if, and we'll do if canary dot has own own property of the property. What we're going to do is say own props dot push property, right? So I mean, is it pretty much exactly like this except for it's canary instead of duck. That being said, let's come down here and let's do a console.log own props like that. And you see we've got name and numLegs. But let's say we want to push the value in here, just an extra thing, right? So if we want to put the value in here, I was like, what if we just go like this? What if we just go dot property? Excuse me, push canary.property, canary.property. Undefined. Why doesn't it work? Well, because I forgot. We got to do, if it's a variable, we got to remember to do bracket notation. All right. So we'll do property like this and like that. And you can see now it says Tweety and 2 like that. But let's bring it back to where it was so that we can get through this. All right. So let's do that. Let's run the test. Looks good and submit it. All right. Now we're on to use prototype properties to reduce duplicate code, and we'll see you next time.